She have talked to me, and me have talked to she. But the day is coming that we must meet personally. She have talked to me.
Cool, welcome, man. How you doing, sir?
Man, doing awesome. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Thanks for asking. Congratulations on your great performance, my man. Your UFC debut, a KO. How does that feel?
Man, it feels great. You know, that's exactly what I came in there to do. I wasn't. I didn't come here to, just be happy to be in the UFC. I came to take it over by storm, and look forward to doing that to any middleweight who gets in there against us.
Absolutely. You mentioned in the post-fight interview in the Octagon, you've got ice water running through your veins, and we talked in our last interview about your experience under the lights. Did you feel that helped you stepping into the Octagon like we talked about, and how did you feel taking those first steps into the Octagon?
Man, I felt great. It really didn't feel like anything different than anything I've ever done. In the previous 8 fights, it's the same game, just a different level. A level that I've been ready to compete on for a little bit now. So, I felt quite at home, and didn't have any jitters, nervousness. Felt very good. A lot of clarity mentally. Felt good, just reacting, kind of shut the brain off, and took it as it came.
Did you feel like you really got into your rhythm, your own rhythm, when you were in there?
Kind of. A little bit too patient sometimes. So once I decided to pull the trigger, it was just a relentless onslaught after that.
Right. During the fight, Brian Stan had mentioned that you had mentioned to him that you were looking to catch Natal in the southpaw stance. Is that something you saw during his film that you wanted to look for during the fight and take advantage of?
Yeah, in my opinion, orthodox to orthodox or southpaw to southpaw, whenever both fighters are in the same stance, it makes the striking a little bit easier. And I think he's a natural righty, but for whatever reason, he likes to get in his left-handed stance. So I knew whenever he was in his left-handed stance, he wasn't going to throw anything but a lead hook. So that was really the only thing I had to look out for. So whenever he's in that left-handed stance, kind of limited his options offensively, and his defense wasn't as good. So I figured that'd be the best time to attack.
So that kick you landed right before the big left hand, was that just kind of off the cuff, or do you practice that at all?
No, it was definitely off the cuff. I mean, of course I practice kicking.
Right.
But, as he was falling against the cage, his face was kind of leaning over to the side a little bit. So, I thought, what better than a head kick? Head kick knockouts are awesome. And, I was certainly shooting for that bonus. And, but, whatever. It's all good. I'll take the left hand knockout over the leg kick. It's all good.
Were you a little surprised that you didn't get the bonus?
Man, no, not really, because there were a lot of great performances that night. But, I kind of figured I'd be in the conversation.
Right.
I was, but, hats off to Junior Albany and Alex Oliveira. They were certainly deserving of the points as well.
Right. Albany had a pretty interesting story, I thought.
Well, not only was it his first fight in the UFC also, he was also fighting the number 12 guy. Put him on ice. So, that's a pretty smooth combination, We were sitting there watching him warm up. We cut weight with him he was in our corner, in our room to cut weight and stuff. And we kind of saw him moving and bouncing around and stuff. I was like, oh, big boy kind of,
he can move.
Toes,
yeah.
He's super nimble on the feet. So, we kind of knew that Tim Johnson was going to be in a little bit of trouble fighting a guy that can move as swift and as fluid as that guy was.
Right. So what did you feel your biggest takeaway was from your first fight in the UFC?
For me personally, it's my last fight, I had my opponent in the same kind of situation, had him rocked on his feet up against the cage, and I went for a takedown, got too close, my punches weren't, landing with all the pop that they had. But this one, I kind of learned a lesson from that fight. It was like literally a month ago. But once you get them raw, step back and put them at the end of your punches, and that's where all the power's at, and you see the result of it.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. It looked like right before you landed the left hand that you were going to take him down with a double and then decided maybe not and then used your striking.
Well, the game plan was to never take down Rafael.
Mm-hmm.
That's his home on the ground. So this is mixed martial arts, so I kind of wanted to mix it up, show him some different looks. Maybe threaten to take down.
Right.
Maybe he tries to sprawl, duck his head.
Got you.
An uppercut or a head kick or something like that. But under those circumstances was the game plan to take him down. But I kind of wanted to show it, threaten it a little bit, give him something to think about.
Right. So something I'm always curious about, I've seen the outpour of love on your social media since the fight and the win. How does that make you feel?
It feels great. The people are out there watching, recognizing the skill, and to see the crossover between MMA and Alabama and college football fans is pretty cool to see.
Yeah. Have you had some of your former football teammates and coaches reach out to you and congratulate you?
Oh, yeah. Guys like Mark Ingram, Kareem Jackson, O.J. Howard, just to name a few, man. The love is, been tremendous. Yeah.
That's awesome. Were they surprised at all by you heading into the world of MMA after football?
I'm not so sure. We used to always wrestle in the locker room, and I reigned supreme doing that. So, maybe they kind of figured it was like a shoe-in, something that, I'd eventually make my way into should the NFL not work out.
Right. That's cool. So I got to ask, man, what happened at the weigh-ins, bro? It looked like you were just peeking to look at the numbers on the scale, and they dogged you, bro.
all I wanted to see was the number on the scale, and they freaked out. Not a big deal to me.
Right.
But hopefully at least something better. Maybe I can get in on that body or ESPN do every year or whatever. So we'll see what happens.
That's funny. I liked what you said. Maybe you'll get a little more credit now that you got a KO win in your first fight. You'll get a little more respect. Maybe you'll be able to touch the towel next time.
Yeah. Maybe they'll let me grab it next time.
Right. That's hilarious. So, did you stick around afterwards to watch Weidman's fight as well?
Yeah, we hit the Coliseum is right across the street from the hotel there. So after I got done fighting, I took care of all the post-fight medical stuff and interviews and stuff. We head back over to the hotel for some drinks and whatnot. And we caught the fight. And man, Weidman showed a little bit of resiliency in that fight. He got dropped and came back and was able to finish the fight. I'm sure a lot of people didn't see the fight going that way. They probably thought Calvin Gastelum was going to win the fight, but Weidman's a former champion. He knows how to win, and he found a way to do it Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you think you stack up against Weidman?
I would like the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably more of a wrestler who likes to throw hands, and his chin is a little suspect, so that definitely favors me in that department. I think if we ever fought, he'd be looking to grapple a little bit more than strike. But you never know. He's a gamer, so if they come in with his name on the contract, then of course we'll get in there and do the dance.
Right. So what did you do after the fight to celebrate?
Man, just hung out with my team and my wife, and we just chilled, hung out, had some drinks, and took it to the house after that. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy.
Cool, man. Cool. So LFA title, a KO in your UFC debut. You're on a roll now. What do you want next? When do you want to get back on the octagon?
Man, I don't need much rest time. Me and the wife are going to Croatia next week, so probably. And I'm doing the Masters World Jiu-Jitsu tournament in August as well, so August is probably out. I'd like to get a full training camp in for my next fight. However, we'll take short notice fights. It doesn't mean anything to me because I stay in shape. So, it doesn't matter. I'd like to go back to the Garden in November out there in New York. I think the Garden is one of the most prestigious arenas in America. But, I hear Brazil's, pretty nice place to fight too. So, that'd be cool.
Awesome. I know after the fight you said you don't have anyone in mind, but a day and a half removed from the fight, is there anybody that sort of sticks out to your mind or that you'd kind of jump at the opportunity to fight?
That seems to be the $1 million question. It's the only question I haven't put any thought into. You know, it honestly, truly does not matter to me. You know, I plan on giving everybody they put in front of me the same treatment, the hot bay on the tail guys. So, you know, top 10, top 15, top 20, it doesn't matter. Anybody in between is going to feel me in it.
Awesome, man. Well, brother, it was great to see you on the big stage and to see you doing your thing out there, man. You deserve all the accolades that you're receiving right now. So we appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you again.
All right, thanks again, brother. Anytime.
Absolutely, my man. Appreciate your time, brother, as always. Thank you.
It's coming up, we must be personally.